What's going on YouTube? Rory Gissing here, Men's Physique IFBB Pro, and today's video we are discussing what the judges are looking for the Men's Physique category. And I have a video from the 2020 Mr. Olympia just to compare and give you guys ideas. Now, just before we continue, these are my opinions. This is not something from a judge's point of view, or I don't speak on behalf of the IFBB Pro League. This is purely my opinion, and let's just roll the video. Okay, let's kick it off with some individual routines. So this is generally how you will be introduced to the judges. So you come on and have the stage to yourself. You have 30 seconds to about a minute just to show off your different poses. You have a bit more flair with this. You can have a bit more fun with the transitions. Something I would not advise doing when you do your individual routine is any overpowering arm poses, i.e. you don't want to be seeing front double bicep. A bit of back biceps, okay, if you're doing like a transition into a back shot, but not just standing there in a back double bicep pose. The judges have told athletes to not do that in the past, so I don't see a point in risking it. You're supposed to be showing off, you know, your men's physique look, and massive arms, in my opinion, is not in the men's physique category. Okay, so here you're going to go through a few different poses. You have your hands on hips. You can have hands by your sides. There we go, perfect example. Then you transition into your back. You want to show as much thickness in your back rather than the width, and just get as much detail as possible. I'd say detail is much more important in men's physique than size. So I'm going to quickly skip forward to some comparisons. Here we go. Okay, so what are the judges looking for in the comparison round? In the individual routine, I would say that they are looking for your confidence and, of course, some really good condition, some really good symmetry. And now here in the comparison rounds, they can really get in and dig deep and see who has the best condition, who has better roundness. I would say you don't want to be over muscular because it's not open bodybuilding, but you just have to have incredible symmetry. And who has the most detail. So men's physique, I would say, is very detail orientated with as much aesthetics as possible. So here, you want to just be able to hit a pose like this and just hit it, and don't have too much movement going into it. You just want to hit it and leave it alone. You want to look as relaxed as possible during a pose. I know that sounds insane, but you want to look as natural and relaxed as possible. You need it to look easy. And you'll see, I think the common mistake in men's physique is people over flexing. You need to be over flexing. I think brings this air of not having the confidence in your own physique, because you have to flex too hard to bring it out or to bring out some striations. You should just be able to just stand on stage, not do too much movement. So here you go. Everyone was frozen, yeah? Great transitions. Transitions give that confidence in your physique, and just that flawless movement. It just helps so much with the flow and the symmetry. Okay, let me skip forward a bit because they shuffle the guys around quite a bit here. Okay, here we go. So we are talking waist to shoulder ratio. You don't have to genetically have the smallest waist as long as your shoulders are wide enough. So it's the ratio of your waist to shoulders. You need that triangular look, or I prefer to have an X-frame look, which is again tying back to open bodybuilding, but we don't get to show our legs off in men's physique. So I think just standing with your legs a little bit far apart can give you that illusion of a smaller waist. So your legs will come in to the small waist, and then you go back out with a big back, yeah? Or big shoulders if you're standing from the front. So here you stand, as you can see, everyone's legs are slightly wider apart. They're not, planted together, and that is to give you that smaller waist look. So men's physique, the biggest things I'd say they're looking for in men's physique is a very tight waist. And by tight, I don't mean the smallest waist. I just mean the thinnest skin, the best conditioned abs with some really nice deep cuts, shredded obliques. I think that's going to get you higher placings. And then they want a big round chest. like big round chest. If anything, it's slightly unproportionately big compared to the open class. But that's the men's physique look, in my opinion, at the moment. So when you come to pose for your chest, you actually want to just let it hang and relax. You don't want to be flexing because your chest actually goes up when you flex. Yes, it brings striations, but you can give it a little flex, as you can see with Andre Dayu there on the left. He does a little flex and then a relax. Just give that options to see that you're striated and shredded, but then you relax it and it gives you a bit more of a thicker look. Okay, so let them just bring them back on the stage. So this is when, this is the real height of judging to find the difference between Brandon Hendrickson and Raymond Edmondson for these, to find a first and second place out of these two. So here, I would say Brandon Hendrickson brings a smaller waist and a better waist to shoulder ratio. And Raymond Edmondson does have, for those of you who don't know, he's the taller guy. He does have a wider back, but Brandon's detail in the back is what's going to edge him the win. As you can see, there's a lot more deeper cuts going on. It's a lot more 3D. That's how you should focus your posing, not to be as wide, but to bring it in and get that nice 3D look. So there used to be a thing in men's physique where you had to have your hips square onto the front. That is not a thing anymore. You can twist pretty much as you like. If you twist completely sideways, it kind of gives you that illusion of lack of confidence again, because why do you have to twist so much to the side? What are you trying to hide? Do you have one side that's that much visibly weaker than the other? So I would say be as front on as possible. Unless, you do have glaring weaknesses, of course, then you have to mask them. But that's why we have this little twist to the side. It's because it gives you that tightness in the waist. You can really show off your obliques, and that waist to shoulder ratio is just vastly improved when you have a little bit of a side twist to it. Okay, and then go back to the front. Do you see what I mean by this X frame? So you want to be looking for this X frame where your legs are slightly spread apart, and so that comes in. So your legs will come in to your waist and then back out to wide back, wide shoulders, and that gives you that illusion of the smaller waist, and your proportions just look wacky when you do that. Okay, so you always have your legs slightly apart, so you never bring them too close together. So here you can see the confidence in Brandon Hendrickson by just hitting the pose, nailing it, and sticking there. Raymond is given a bit too much movement for my liking. Some judges don't mind that at all, but some are going to be slightly swayed by that. So there you have it. That is what I believe the judges are looking for. Just bear in mind that is for this year, 2021. Every year the look can change ever so slightly. So as you notice, especially with men's physique, everyone gets bigger and bigger every year. One year they say, they don't want arms being too big, but then the next year they have people like Andre Dayu with incredible arms, and he is still, winning shows. He's top 5 in the Olympia, so I don't think they mind too much when your arms are jacked like his. So I would say every year, just bear in mind the look can change slightly. So I'm probably gonna have to do this video every year. But that is my views. As I said at the start of the video, I'm not talking on behalf of any judges or the IFBB Pro League. This is my view. And coming up next, I'm going to be doing live reactions and my predictions going through for the next pro show, which is going to be the Spain Europa Pro, which I'm very excited about. So have a look out for that. I won't be able to post it live. I will be doing live reactions, but I can't post it live, of course, for copyright issues. But I can post it pretty much as soon as the show finishes. So look out for that one. If you made it this far, subscribe so you can definitely get in on that video, and I'll see you on the next one.